Joy is when you come into the studios every morning wearing a very beautiful smile on your face, and then when you ask yourself what is giving you that joy, you know that is because we have some people, a lot of people at the back who watch us, who look up to us, who revere us and say, hey, this is the reason why I want to watch these people. And for that, we are super grateful. This morning, you are welcome again to WhatsApp on Galactic Television, where we overreach for the stars. And of course, it is from the overall segment or program, Be Our Guest. Now, you know WhatsApp is created for these Gen Zs, basically, ages 16 to 37. At least, but we get to tell you guys that age is only but a number, and if you feel young at heart, you know you can obviously tune into the station. And you know we got you all day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is where entertainment stays. This is where entertainment happens. And of course, you know who I am. My name is Kenneth Obina, or Obina Kenneth. You know me as Orally, A-U-R-A-L-E, big size teddy bear. And this morning, which is, oh, you want to know why I'm laughing, but I'll tell you why later. This is Friday, February the 16th. A couple of you enjoyed Valentine's Day 2 days ago. Coincidentally, my director was asking me this morning where I took Omievi Idola, who is obviously my co-anchor in the studios, and she was running her mouth telling everybody that she wrapped a gift for me, which I feel like it's a lie because I never got anything. Now, the essence of this show is to make sure that you guys feel on top of the world. What is WhatsApp? WhatsApp right now is designed for celebrity gist, which we have coming right up for you basically at the end of the show. But we do movie reviews like we did yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it because I got feedback that a lot of you enjoyed that one. Of course, we have celebrity gist, we have fashion and style, we have trending topic and issues, and of course, where we have the icing on the cake is where we bring A-list celebrities to the studios for you guys to see. Of course, there may be comedians, music artists, or rising stars. We have videographers, we have content creators, we have a lot of people come here who are A-listers. And of course, today we have one of the biggest and baddest men on the planet to sit on the sofa with us. Now, Omievi Idola is a distinguished broadcaster, and we call her the African Queen. She has done so much in the industry. If you ask her, she's still a student, though, yes.
A student of weird.
I will not tell you people where she studied. But this morning, you know how it is. Help me welcome the delectable Omievi Idola to the studio.
Yes, good morning, and welcome to the show. This is WhatsApp. This is where we entertain you. I always tell you on this show, you get informed, you get entertained, and of course, you learn new things every day, new knowledge. You know, you don't stop learning until you're dead. That's when you stop learning. So there is always room for you to learn. Orally was telling you about the package I had for him for the Valentine.
You had?
Yes. Maybe I didn't give it to you or you didn't see it.
I don't understand.
But you know, Oga actually saw it and he was like, wow, this is fine.
Which of the Oga are you talking about?
I'm talking about Oga Femi. You know, I used a beautiful red ribbon and I knotted the ribbon around the pure water.
Are you sure? You see?
Yes.
Pure water.
Rats!
So,
in fine ribbon. And oh, don't worry, I'm going to present to you. You're going to get it. You get it. Then another, talking about me being a student, I'm actually a postgraduate student.
Okay.
Not undergraduate. You understand? So, in Unilag. So that's why I run my postgraduate studies.
Yes, every morning she tells me, I'm stressed because I went somewhere. This is the kind of thing men like us have to deal with on a daily. And to have someone like this on the show every day who's constantly dragging like this, is a lot of work. You people should call me later on the show and ask for my account details.
No, and ask whether are you okay?
Because I'm not okay. Or maybe and now she has added services from my director, Mr. Femi. Two of them are now plotting against me, which is...
No, it's a good plot, actually.
What good plot?
Good one that will take you to the permanent site.
Okay, I don't know what sites you're talking about, but I'm not following you guys on any trade. This morning, we have one of the strongest men in broadcasting in this industry. See, we call him the myth, we call him the man, we call him the legend. Now, some of you, a lot of you do know him, but we are not going to let the cat out of the bag. Because if you let the cat in the night, they will call it a witch.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have someone delectable, someone who is strong in the studio. This man gives me the jives and, of course, the lives, bringing out the vibes. Take a quick break. When we come back, I, Omievi Idola, is still in the studio, and we still have this gentle Welcome back to Galaxy Television, and of course, this segment, the one you're watching right now, is called WhatsApp. It's an entertainment program basically for the Gen Zs, and of course, as from the overall program, Be Our Guest. Now, let me reiterate and tell you something today. Galaxy Television is definitely on the go, so hey, watch out. Go to Apple Play Store or Google Store and make sure you download that app to be able to watch us on the go from the comfort of your kitchen, bedroom, toilet, churches, mosques, anywhere, even inside Babalawo shrine. You can look at your phone and you watch WhatsApp on Galaxy Television, because once it's 10 a.m., we are hot, we are live, we are buzzing.
You are supposed to come out of the Babalawo shrine now. Which one is Babalawo shrine?
People like you who go there, that's why.
I will not forgive you in a hurry.
Listen, I'm just trying to tell you people how you can download this app. Now, funny enough, we also stream live on Facebook and of course on X, which you refer to as Twitter. Now just go to the search engine and put in at Galaxy TV and voila, you get to watch I and Omevi done. And of course, we have someone in the studios this morning. Drum rolls! Yes! Before we start to tell you about him, this man is a big man. This man is a legend. Is broadcaster, distinguished veteran. Hey,
give me
I'm buzzing.
He's hot, he's getting hotter.
Yes, we know him as FM, but today I want to welcome to the studios this morning with so much honor and joy in our heart, Mr. Fola Martins.
Woo! Thank you very much for welcoming me. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
Already, you know, it's not easy to get legends like this into your show. You know, when I was just like, when I saw the picture, we got the information, I was like, this one will come down and say, I will look at the surface and say, look at these two children. They are just here playing with, with everything. These are the people that have been in the industry for decades.
They've paved the way.
You understand? So you can't, if as a viewer, you can't just afford to miss the interview, the session where we'll be interacting. In fact, there is so much to learn from you. Once again, sir, you look good and you're welcome.
Thank you.
When you have men like this coming to the studio, not just men, big men, you have Omevi dollar drooling, and this is sometimes it's terrible. But we understand that he's a very fine man, so she's allowed to do stuff like that. Quickly, I'll tell you about the man we have in the studios this morning. Now, modestly, he chooses to call himself a self-made man, and in the sense that as a broadcast consultant, his rather outstanding professional reputation as a presenter, as a producer and director of a broad range of creative contents is built up with hands-on professionalism and broadly defined collaborations. Now, the ideas of social consciousness and aesthetic citizenship have remained the strength of his interactions, both in personal and formal settings. Now, I want to also tell you about the man. Fola Martins is currently a broadcast consultant as well as host of the flagship interview program Close Flow on NTA2 Lagos Network Center, and it's at his 10th year running. See, big things. I also go to tell you that his presentation for Rays have also seen him work as a radio personality, narrator of The Voice of Nigeria, the external service of the national radio channel, and he's run commentaries on and outside broadcasts of special events, both live and of course taped. Whilst he's a professional voiceover artist, English and Pidgin is not easy. Some people only know one, but he's both, and of course as a TV broadcaster on and off air, spanning over 35 years. He's developed the demonstration and immense skills and professionalism in these broad areas. Now, Viz, I want to tell you something else that I love about this man. He's been everywhere. Now, he's been with stars like Tunde Kelani, you know who that is. He's been with Olu Jacobs. He's been with Bolanle, Austin Peters, Oluo, Olawale, Olakunle, Ifa Priest. Now, we want to also tell you that so many personalities have passed by, have passed through, have passed under. but he's still here with over 35 years of experience.
Wow.
He is really a legend.
He is a living one for that matter.
Fola Martins, ladies and gentlemen. Again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Welcome,
much.
sir.
Thank you very
Welcome,
much.
Wow.
Your resume is testament to the fact that you've been doing this for a very long time, and
Yes.
we're honored again to have you in the studios. Now, this program is made specifically for the Gen Zs, and that's where we have veterans like you who come in here to tutor them in one way or the other, let them know that you've done this for those who are still going to come through the ranks. In fact, for us sitting right here, and Baba.
Who don't mix, they don't make us.
See,
No,
if you are big, you are big. Nothing can change it. All right, we'll start asking you a couple of questions just to get to know you personally. Your journey and your venture into broadcasting. Please tell us how we started. Give us the origin.
Incidentally, that should go back to when I was still trying to do my higher school in Ogun State. I was with John Momo and Mani Onumon. We were both in higher school together in Ogun State. They already had some talents for presentation, so they started with Ogun Radio. So I went with them once in a while to do one or two things. That's how actually I got interested in broadcasting. It wasn't my initial interest at all.
What was the initial interest?
Medicine.
Wow.
Oh yes, I wanted to go abroad to go and do heart surgery and all that. So basically that's what I was looking at that time. But I haven't ventured into speaking on radio. I think my orientation changed a bit. Yes, because interacting with people now in the studio, maybe something from inside of me, it must have triggered something inside of me that says to you, look, maybe you can actually get to speak with people and, prompt them to say what is deeply important about life, rather than you going to do brain surgery and trying to find out what is wrong with the brain and trying to repair it and all that. So that's how my orientation changed.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Now,
but that did not take me to television. That only took me out of.
Okay, so what took you to television?
That's a different story now.
Okay.
We took a trip to Benin, Edo State. That is myself, Manny, and a couple of other guys, and we just got talking to people. Then somebody took us to NTA Benin, and we were like, we listened to some of the presenters, some of the newscasters, and we were like, but we are doing this in Lagos. Maybe some of us can even come here and do some of these things. And that's what got me into television. Yeah, so I got employed, as it were, in NTA Benin. That's where I got my initial orientation on television as a presenter. And I got trained by Radio Nigeria, sponsored by NTA Benin. Okay, so I spent my early years in Benin before now migrating, as it were, back to Lagos. So that's how I got into television. Then when I go back into Lagos, work with NTA, work with Voice of Nigeria. At NTA, I met the first Nigerian managing director of Arthur Anderson. Having interviewed him in my show, he decided that I think we can start a private TV channel.
Okay.
Yes, and that's how Clapperboard was born.
Wow. All right, now you say he's basically a legendary broadcaster. You define yourself basically as a self-made man. Now, what thesis brought you to this conclusion? We want to know.
Now, that is something for the next gen to understand. You may need to decide for yourself what you want to be in life, and don't allow circumstances to prevail on what you want to be, what you want to achieve, what you want to attain, or your focus, or your goal, or your drive. Things may not support you initially.
Yes.
Okay, now she is doing a postgraduate studies. It's not going to be funny.
It's not.
Right, but she's not giving up. She's still beaming with smiles in spite of the difficulties.
Yes.
Some young persons, some of the things that we went through when we were growing up and, overcoming some of the difficulties in the country, which are still persistent, incidentally, you probably will have given up. you probably will have given up. You'll have said to yourself, this is not working. I'm not earning dollars. I'm not earning millions. I'm not earning.
Yes.
Therefore, why should I continue with this?
Yes.
But if you allow the passion and your commitment to be self-driven, not influenced by other things. Yes, you may have motivators. You may have you know, people that you know you look up to and say, okay, look, I want to aspire to be like this. Nothing wrong with that. But don't let that now divert you from what you, on your own, you are latently built to become.
Yes. Now, I'd like to ask you this very pertinent question. You are also a broadcast consultant, as well as the host for the flagship interview program, Close Flow on NTA2. And it's in its 10th year.
Yes.
Now, what have been the challenges so far? 10 years is a lot.
It's not a
Yes,
joke.
it's not a joke. Want to know the challenges you faced in this time and how you've been able to overcome them.
Incidentally, Close Flow started as a free, thrice a week, 1 hour charge on NTA, but the challenges, difficulties, logistics, moving around, getting guests and all that, quality guests, personalities.
Oh, yes, it can be.
So we pruned it down from 3 to only 1 every week. Now, the other challenge you are going to face when you're handling the television show, especially in our own environment, will be that again, appreciation will not come the way you are looking at it.
Yes.
Some people they see appearance on TV as, well, my entitlement. Yes.
Very true.
Yeah, because maybe as a notable politician, you invite him into the show and he gets into the studio, the first thing he wants is that he should get some respect from you. After all, this is entitlement. So these are some of the challenges you can face when you're running a television program, especially in our environment. Now, but the flip side of that coin is the fact that that challenge itself, what it throws into your face is the fact that you also now must find a way to deal with it in a way that is, if you like, that's infectious, that will make the guest or the situation to change in your favor. Okay, and that's what we have been able to achieve with Close Flow. And if you look at the kind of personalities we have interviewed, well, we said we are numbering about 300.
300.
Yes, over 300. When Chimamanda Adichie came on the show, she was shocked. Yes. When I'm just mentioning some names, Tunde Kelani came on the show, the same thing. It was like, did you have this kind of opportunity in NTA to still run a show like this? Because don't forget, the presumption is that NTA will shut you down. You can't actually speak up. You can't do this. Oh.
Yes.
But the Close Flow would not allow you to do that. You come, you speak up your mind. You speak up on what is happening in the country.
Wow.
Asari Dokubo came on the show, not once, twice, thrice, and the same thing.
Wow.
So those are the things, but you can only do that by yourself. Look at the two of you. I said to you, the rapport between the two of you is brilliant, and that
Thank you
means,
so much.
Okay, sir.
oh yes, that means if you've been doing this for a while, and you can sustain it, you can find a way to actually promote it, you know, activities further. Then, who knows where we can get to? Maybe next channel will be CNN for both of you.
Wow.
Sky is only the limit.
Yeah.
Are you listening?
I am. I hope you are listening.
All right, that's a beautiful one.
Okay, so you've been in this industry for 3 decades and a half.
Yes.
Over.
Yes.
And still counting and counting and counting. Now, what impact do you think your profession or you as a person, what impact have you been able to give to the society?
Well, that's a difficult one.
Okay.
Yes, because without being, just boosting of my own self-esteem, what you can say about public broadcast is that, okay, let's even trace it back a bit. Galaxy and maybe Clapperboard will have been the earliest licensed private TV channels in Nigeria.
Okay.
That is this channel that I'm sitting on right now, along with Clapperboard. Now, at that time, to create content for a private channel was almost as as difficult as probably, giving birth to twins in this environment. Okay?
Yes.
But we were able to go through it, navigate that difficult period, the earliest period. And today, private broadcasting in Nigeria, you can now boast of over-the-top channels.
Yes.
You can now boast of video-on-demand channels. You can now boast of comedy skits. You can now, all these came from their pioneering sacrifices made by private channels like Galaxy, like Clapperboard. So the only impact I can say we have been able to create is stimulating Gen Z, like you said, to now know that they have the capacity, they have the innate creativity to actually get there into the public space and add their own voices, add their own talents to the story of Nigeria. Today, right now, Nigerian music scene, you're looking at about 33 million listeners. So Nigerian music scenes alone, I'm not talking of global, 33 million per day globally. So, if we can only find a way to translate 33 millions listening to Nigerian music scene into 33 viewers of the same music production, that's the kind of impact we can make.
Yeah. Okay. Over the years, you've had experiences, pleasant and unpleasant experiences.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, what is that one or two experience you've had that you can tag as embarrassing moments in this career?
The first one would have been in Benin. As a newscaster, I needed to read something about the Oba of Benin. Now, he has his own tag name, but because maybe of my own background from Lagos into Benin, when you say the Oba of Benin, you say something as a coinage to that name.
Yes.
No, I didn't say it that way.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And the general manager was very upset. Most of the chiefs in town were very upset. Because what I said was almost like a reversal of what that name should be. And that was very embarrassing.
Very.
Yeah, but the GM was like, well, that is quite unusual, but let's give him another week. If he says it again the same way, then we know that he cannot survive this place. But that didn't happen, so.
So that was a major.
Oh, yes.
That's a major
It's a
one.
major.
Yes.
It's a major.
Because as an Edo person, they must give that
That
how did you
title.
say it again?
His
That
super
respect.
Obanedu.
Yes.
Yes, you understand.
I struggle to say that a lot of times. And I schooled in Benin, so I know how hard it is.
Yes.
You know, there was one time when we were doing native night in school.
Yes.
You know, the chiefs dance and
Yes, and
this
they
particular guy
go,
showed-
yeah.
There was the Benin people lost out to the Igbos because the guy threw it for the third time so high and didn't catch it. And they said it is at the upper palace. It's not real.
Yeah.
So I understand where
That is how
Wow.
much people respect their culture and their
Exactly.
lifestyle.
Thank you. Exactly. Cultural respect. And that again actually says a lot about your, well, if you like, your responses to situations. Now, in Africa, I don't know where we are heading to right now,
Okay.
but culturally, we need to do some reversal. We need to go back into the books, go back into the history, go and check again, do fact checks about our cultures and how those cultural attributes can actually help us to gain the insights that we need in how the whole world can be governed. So, yes, it's a cultural thing. It shocked them the way I sounded it.
Yes.
Yes, and they did not hide it. They came straight to me and said, no, you cannot afford to do that. So go and learn how to say it properly.
Exactly.
And then you have only 1 week. If you cannot get it done in 1 week, you're out of here.
Exactly. Learning. That's where learning comes in again.
All right, to learn, relearn, and unlearn sometimes could be very difficult. Now, for a broadcaster, an ace broadcaster, you have to learn. You have to know how to inform. You have to know how to educate. and of course, most importantly, entertain. You don't base your life on the teasers of mistakes.
Yes.
You can only rise from them. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll still have the legend in the studios with us. Don't go anywhere. To Galaxy Television this morning, I'll tell you again, this is WhatsApp on Galaxy Television. Please make sure you put that down somewhere. We are an entertainment show and we give you all things entertainment. Now, this is obviously from the overall program, be our guest. And of course, in the studio with me is still Omievi Dolo. We call her the African Queen. I'm judging by her hairstyle. That shouldn't be hard to decipher. Now we have Fola Martins in the studios. Don't mind me, I enjoy taunting her because she does the same thing to me. So it's a case of vice versa. What she does to me, I do to her. Now, I want to keep asking. We have the legend. You agree with me, Omievi, that we've been learning one or two things.
A lot.
All right. In my case, 3 or 4 things. You know how many things?
Mine is like 10.
10.
Yeah, 10. Still counting.
Only God knows what you are learning. Now, sir, all right. As a director of a broad range of creative content, explain your high level. Please explain your high level of professionalism as it relates to your broadly defined collaborations. We want to know a lot about that because that's deep. Take it or leave it. And sometimes let it not be like we're speaking too much. We want the man himself to tell us, to guide us.
How it is.
Yes.
Well, it's good for Gen Z to understand something very basic about broadcasting.
Yeah, okay.
Fundamentally, broadcasting takes a lot of research, detailed research. I don't want to, well, say that we are not seeing many of that, or most of the research works in some of the works we are seeing today. But broadcasting requires you to go back, ask all the questions about the theme that you are dealing with. If thematically you're going to be looking at generational change, for instance, you need to go back into the books, go back into your history, go back even into your culture, go back and ask questions. Ask detailed questions on how the transitions have been taking place. Now, those questions are the things that you need for you now to articulate either the images or the visuals you're trying to present to the public. Even for copywriting, the same thing. You are a presenter. That means you have capacity to actually speak, okay, off the cuff. You don't need to have a script. All the ideas are buried in your brain. I mean, they come from, like we know that in television, okay, a broadcaster is like it's like a sponge. You soak up whatever it is. It's liquid, it's soap, it's whatever. You just soak it up. Yeah. So that is the mind of a broadcaster. Now, if you don't train your mind to do that cogently, what happens is that you can be sidetracked. So you become now a victim to some personal interest, some divisive interest, and before you know it, rather than trying to reach the public, a larger public, you are now just attending to a limited public, and you can see it happen, especially in the print media. So, but it is more difficult, it's more impactful with electronic media because now body language, eye contact, yes, because your pictorial are more memorable. If you get trapped in that in television, then it will be sad. So that is the highlight I can only point out.
He said something. He said, "Go back and carry out some research, read." But it's quite unfortunate that most of our Gen Zs or the society we are today, reading is no longer a culture. People have sidelined reading. Nobody cares about. Obina, wait. When last did you read?
I read this morning.
What did you read?
I read 32 pages of Purple Hibiscus.
Oh, Purple Hibiscus.
I read a lot. Thank you.
That's good.
Are you going to give me my flowers or should I shout?
No, I'll give you bitter leaf. but I'm so happy that I have a partner, a co-host who reads, because I read a lot. So, sir, you have been in this industry over the years. So, can you tell us about this profession? Like, how fulfilled are you? Are you fulfilled that, okay, this thing I have done over the years, I can tell myself that, yes, I have done my best, or I am still improving on myself, but I am fulfilled. But if you're not, what are the regrets?
Well, okay, there are some areas you will have looked at over the years and said to yourself that I think I should be here,
Okay.
but we are not there yet. Okay, that is not a matter of regret. That's a matter of sustained aspiration.
Yes.
Okay, no regrets about that.
That's true.
Okay, on the positive side of that, of course, we have the fact that when I did a documentary on how to reach communities in Nigeria, about poverty, you know, in Nigeria, and how they can actually survive in this environment. We went around the country, southeast, south, went to the northern part of Nigeria, extreme, almost just across the border into Niger Republic, you know. What you saw in those travels, yes, will be the fact that the dream Nigeria can be real if only we have the right leadership. The dream Nigeria can be real if only we have the right leadership. The people on the streets on their own, from the street level up, they seem to have some kind of affinity for each other, some kind of respect, some kind of, okay? So they don't see you as an enemy, as an antagonist, you know, when you come into their community. No, they don't see you as that. Though when the political leaders are going to speak, they paint you as the enemy of the same people that you can actually live with on the get-go. So that is where we have a challenge. And that is where I think broadcasting as one of the tools we can use to now abridge, you know, this unnecessary divisiveness that we see. The ethnocentrism is not really from the culture of the people. It is just part of the story that is being put on the street by the agendas of those who want to take advantage of the people, because they know if you come together and you can speak as one, then they don't have a chance. So the better option for them is to keep people permanently apart. And that's the story that you get on the street. So that's what I think the media can do to correct.
But sorry to cut you, but it's quite unfortunate that, well, I won't say the terrestrial kind of media, but the social media is especially does not promote that kind of environment. Just as you say that the media is supposed to promote that kind, the unity, to let people know that, okay, this is it. But the social media is not doing. Should I just limit it to social media? I don't even know how to. But what I'm trying to say is, can't something be done by the regulatory bodies to say, okay, these things you are promoting out there is contrary to the realities, to the real dream of the one Nigeria we're talking about?
It is possible for the regulatory bodies to do that, yet it is also possible for us to, as it were, find a way to motivate the masses to also understand what we are trying to say. Now, the social media, sadly, I don't agree with you about the social media. The social media may be saying what's not right, but the social media is only, as it were, you know, speaking up on what also they are hearing in their neighborhood. They're not only amplifying what already have been shared to them, either by leaders or by, you know, vested interest and all that. Okay, but we can correct it. We can find a way to correct that trend. Okay, we can say to your show, for instance, WhatsUp. Now, what you're preaching, what your intro, what you give to the public, is a massive invitation to join this, and let's use this opportunity, therefore, to speak to our environment. That is beautiful. Now, it might not take them a quick moment to lock into what you're saying. But what it does is this: you're already stimulating the part of the brain, the part of the mind that is probably, set on doing what is not right. That, look at what that young woman is saying. Maybe I should even listen to it. Look at what the young girl is saying. Maybe I should listen. Okay, so by the time you convert 1 or 2 or 3 listeners or viewers on your social media platform, before you know it, the trend can begin to change. It will not take over. It will not happen overnight, but it will begin to change. So we have to find a way to remain, like we have spent 35 years in this industry, over 35 years in this industry. If I had given up, then that means I would not be here.
True.
That means Galaxy will not probably be interviewing, well, like you said, like a distinguished Nigerian. So those are the elements we need to first get back onto the street and get everybody to know that we need to do this for ourselves and for our nation.
All right. I would ask you one more. Do you have one more question to ask?
Yes, I just want to quickly ask, sir, from the time you started as a broadcaster, 35 years ago, I don't know yet, right? So 35 years ago and now, has there been any massive difference in broadcasting and maybe broadcasters' life? If there are, what are they? And if there are not, what do you think the media bodies, the broadcasting, what can they do to create, should I say create, or to bring in positive changes?
Thank you. That's quite deep. That's profound, because that requires some kind of
Thinking.
yes, yes. Of course, there have been impacts. John Momo, for instance, if I may just say that, grew from the same industry.
Okay.
Galaxy grew from the same industry. So you've had 1 or 2 or 3 landmark achievements from the same years way back, and they're already impacting on the world. Okay, so that means we have positive changes. Okay, positive contribution coming from the industry. But you're right, on a large scale, the impact point is not heavy enough.
Okay.
It's not heavy enough. And now that we are migrating towards the digital age, we need to actually pace up in terms of content creation, in terms of what we're sharing with the world, in terms of even technological, capacities. We need to scale up. We need to do that so that the Nigerian story will not remain always a potential. Yes, because when you hear the news about Nigeria, it's always potentially to become the giant of Africa, potentially to make $10 billion, potentially, everything is always about potentials. So how could we have done over 35 years in this, and we are still potentially going to be the leader or the leading broadcast country in Africa or even in the world? So those are the elements we need to quickly ramp up, and then make sure that we maybe for the industry-wide collaboration, yes, we might require that. We can even find someone like Galaxy leading the path to say, okay, look, yes, we know we have Nollywood right now. Nollywood grew out of television.
Yes.
Okay, 75% of Nollywood was trained by television. So let TV now begin to regroup and say, these are the deliverables we want in the next couple of years.
All right, that's a very beautiful one.
Very beautiful.
We still have Fola Martins in the studio. Now, quickly, sir, before you go, we want you to do us one favor and give us words of advice, words of encouragement for the Gen Zs, those who look up to you, those who want their careers to span over 35 years, those who want to learn. It's not just, I see a lot of kiddies these days and the things they do. The other day I was somewhere having 1 or 2 drinks, and this young man came in with his trousers way below his knees. I was like, cuckoo, wear boxers now or shorts or something, and he was using his hands to drag.
So exactly,
I was so troubled. Please, sir, help us. Give. That's what. These are one of the things we always revere in the show. We need you to come through and help us give Gen Zs, because a lot of people watch the show, whether you like it or not. The other day I was accosted by what do you call these guys? Yellow fever, a traffic warden.
Yeah.
Took pictures with me on the road, and it's like when he said WhatsApp, I was like, that has to be something. So people watch WhatsApp.
Yes.
We need people to watch and learn, and that's why we're asking for this.
Thank you very much for that. That's quite flattering. What can I say for them to learn? They learn every day, just like she says. But learning also requires unlearning
Yes.
and relearning. Now, don't let's be focused on just learning. It's like a triangle. Okay, so you're learning, but as you're learning, you're also unlearning. You have to give up some things you have,
Knowledge, right.
acquired, you have assimilated, which are wrong. You give us, so the sagging. Now, what's sagging? Sagging is actually the culture or the trade of prisoners in the US. But how many persons would want to agree with you on that? Because the knowledge is not on the street. But if you let them know that sagging actually is just the attitude of prisoners, then maybe somebody will start looking at himself. Am I
a prisoner?
Am I now? Yes, an ex-convict. Should I now be addressed as an ex-convict?
So, yeah.
So that could be a good way of doing that. So learning requires that you must unlearn, and then you have to relearn. Now, relearning is postulating that some things you heard, some things you saw, some things you imbibed to be correct may not actually be what they are.
Yes.
So the discipline for you now as a viewer, or as, well, somebody who's following WhatsApp on social media, is that when you learn something new on some of the presentations coming from you guys, they must have the discipline to go back and then relearn to make the right journey to the future.
All right.
That's beautiful. Sir, on a lighter note, how do you unwind?
You won't want to do that.
So we want to know.
Let's go small.
It's part of the learning. You know?
Yes.
We want to know. Maybe the style we use to unwind is not good enough.
That means we have to unlearn
We
that
have
one.
to get
To
it.
relearn.
Learn this one.
All right.
So, sir, we want you to tell us, how do you do it?
How do you-
I love dancing.
You love dancing.
Wow.
I wish
And that is something I share with
my.
my daughter. My daughter also loves dancing.
Oh, what kind of dance? Salsa, tango,
Whatever.
regular,
Whatever.
contemporary?
Wow.
Whatever.
God. It's beautiful.
So, what's your favorite music?
No favorites.
No
Just
favorite.
any music is good. Is good. Even Akbala is good music.
Wow.
Which one is that? We don't know.
I know Akbala. You don't know Akbala.
Aha.
Yeah, I'm beginning to suspect
You
you.
can't suspect
Like, you
everyone
are becoming
knows.
like an rock of ages.
No, I'm doing too much. I'm knowing too much. That's the thing about broadcasting.
Yeah.
The broadcaster is someone that knows something about
Yes,
everything. So
yes.
that's what we have to do. Anyways, dancing is a very good art, and we've enjoyed it as well. Please quickly give us your social media handles as we close or wrap up this part of the show.
Social media handles.
Yes.
Just Fola Martins, Close Flow. Fola Martins, Facebook, Fola Martins, Instagram, Fola Martins, Twitter, Fola, everywhere. Just you
So, are you
get
on
it.
TikTok?
Yes, I've posted a couple of things on TikTok, but not too many.
Still Fola Martins.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
I know why you're asking, but God will help you. All right, we've come to the end of this part of the show, and I want to tell you something that you have to learn every day. Whatever it is you do, put your passion first. Don't do it because you are forced to. Do it because you want to. And that's something I've taken from the show. And anybody who's watching the show, or who is still watching, or who has watched, you know, this is the kind of gospel we preach. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we still have Fola Martins in the studio. Though we'll be hiding him small, but it is time for Celebrity Gist. I and Omievi will be doing justice to this part of the show. Quickly, 2-3 minutes and we're done. Enjoy yourself, but don't go. Yeah, welcome back. Quickly, we'll be doing this one. I and Omievi will be doing Celebrity Gist with you guys, and we have the first one that says,
Oh, Rema to perform at Brit Awards. So you can see that Nigerian celebrities have gone far and wide, and he's also his work. Calm down. You know that song. We don't know where that song is taking us to in this
yes,
country.
the one who features Selena Gomez.
Yes, we don't know where that song is taking us to. So the song is also a nominated song for the award, and Rema is the second Nigerian artist to to perform at Brit Awards. The first person was Burna Boy. That was in 2017. Thereabout.
Yes.
So Rema is the second artist to perform, and we want to say congratulations to him because it was Evo Brits, the organizers of Brit Award, that made this announcement. It wasn't Evo Rema that did it first. So that tells you how far Nigerian music has gone, and they are still going very far.
All right, so kudos and congratulations to Divine Ekubo, also known as Rema. So
Yes.
at the Brits Awards, we hope you cope all the awards you have been nominated for and come back home with so much honor and glory. Even if you don't win the awards, as long as you're performing, you've made
that's
recognition.
it.
You're all over the roof.
That's
So
it.
it's a good thing. We'll move to the next one. I've never received gifts. Davido appreciates Atletico Madrid star for gifting him a wristwatch.
See, Obina, before you talk about it, the moment I saw that we were going to talk about this story, I knew Obina was happy. Because Obina has been saying it since the beginning of this week that women don't give gifts to men. So when this story came, I was like, the son of man is going to roast maybe that Davido has confirmed it. Meanwhile, what do you have to say about it?
Now, I don't know what Omevi is talking about because she likes to twist certain stories. Now, the person who gave Davido that gift, his name is Memphis Depay. He's actually a football player. He's played for FC Barcelona, but now he plays straight for Atletico de Madrid in Spain. And of course, it was a good time because Davido had fun with some of the big players we have in the world. We had Paul Pogba coming in. We had Antoine Griezmann, and it was such a beautiful scenario. So he performed his songs feel unavailable, and in return he got a very good wristwatch, a very, very, very costly one, and that's why he was.
But Obin, I want to disagree with Davido here. Davido said that he has never received gifts.
Yes, for performing, you call someone to perform and then you give him gifts.
If it's on that ground, I will agree, because there was a year, was it when he celebrated his 30th or when? And Nigerians and other celebrities contributed, donated.
He asked them.
Yeah, but giving is giving now.
But
Right.
you know when you invite someone to come and perform, it's like inviting King Sunny Ade to perform on this show, and as he's leaving,
When I
we
give
give him
her-
a very big wristwatch. I'm telling you that Davido, he's like, I haven't gotten stuff like this before.
Yeah.
You invite me to perform, you pay me to perform.
Then, yes. On that note, I will agree.
It's a
So
win-win. The next one.
the next one says, why I'm scared of falling in love. That's Charlie Poppy. He's scared of falling in love, he said, because he has experienced heartbreak. In other words, he has reserved breakfast before now. So he doesn't want to be served another one. So he said he's scared of it. Then another thing, a couple of days ago, we talked about in a situation where he said, I'm a one man, one woman kind of guy. He does not cheat, he doesn't do this. So he's scared that, okay, when I decide to delve into another relationship, how am I sure this lady is not going to hurt me? But Charlie Poppy, come on, there's love in the air. Don't wear face mask. You're going to find a beautiful, a dedicated, someone who loves you, someone who cares about you. Don't be afraid to fall in love. Just go, be open, think about the love and forget the fear. What are we not talking about? You got it?
You're doing too much just because of this case. Now, I don't think Charlie Poppy has been served breakfast previously in relationships that he's delved into or he's been at. So he's scared of falling in love because of that one. And that's testament to the fact that we as men should use 23 hours every day and to fear women because they will stay your white. And the remaining minutes we have from the 23 hours and before it hits 24 hours, we should also use it to fear our women's mothers because you people are very strong human beings.
That was why.
That's why what?
We are women.
King of Plutomania. I understand where you're coming from in this one.
Yes.
Okay. The last but not the least.
The last one says, I was born in kitchen. I was born in the kitchen. That's Baby Nigeria's Omashola, popularly known as Chose. Chose said that he was born in the kitchen. The mother was preparing pounded yam. I don't know why a man will allow his pregnant wife, heavily pregnant wife, to be pounding yam in the kitchen. In the kitchen. Imagine. So as he was pounding, he baga. Omashalana came out. And so he believes that because I was born in the kitchen, that makes him a very good cook. That he cooks better than his wife because his mother gave birth to him in the kitchen. But bros, you lie. You like food before. Now food make you know how to cook. Not because your mommy gave birth to you in the kitchen. People like Obina were born in a Sigbiniko. Do you know what it's called that? It is called plantation.
Hell no. Hell no. See, people should listen to her.
That's why he likes plantain.
I was born in Tinu Hospital. Contrary to what Omevi is saying, I don't know Omevi. I've never seen her before. I'm denying her on this show straight up because I don't know what plantation and whatever. But hey, Omashola has come out to say that yes, this is where he was born. And that's why he feels like he's a very good. I feel like he's a very good cook because his wife is South African and he himself is Nigerian. So yes, we have come to the end of this show. It's been a very beautiful one. Of course, we have the veteran himself, Fola Martins, come through to give us wisdom thoroughly. There's no part of this show I did not, in fact, enjoy. So I'm saying our goodbyes now.
Yeah, so we're going. I want to take something from what our guest said. Read. You can never go wrong. You can never make wrong decisions when you read. When you read books, it even helps your decision making. It broadens your knowledge. You learn new things every day. So subject yourself, give yourself that time, even if it is an hour a day, give yourself that time to read, acquire new knowledge. Our people say that it is when you do not travel out of your father's house. That's when you think your father's house is the best. There are many knowledge out there that you can actually acquire through reading. So you can follow me on all social media at Omevi Idolo. Omevi is O-M-E-V-I. Idolo is I-D-O-L-O-R. Just write Omevi Idolo, and I'll see you next week. And we are coming to entertain you and give you much gist. You know, Poko is my hobby. Thank you very much.
Unlike how she's gesticulating, we do not support violence on the show. Just wanted to reiterate that fact. My name is Kenneth Obina. You know me as Orali. My social media handle, I'll just give you for Instagram. It's @official_Orali. Now, I advise you and tell you that every day above 6 feet is a very good day. Also, drink water and mind the business that concerns you, especially this weekend. Now, coming right up is Waiting They Happen Naija by the Sabi Boys. We call them the Three Musketeers. These men are very funny. They're funny guys. So make sure after WhatsApp you don't just run away. I said you want to go take a leak, but make sure you come back because these men are ready to crack your ribs. Now, before we go, I want to say a big happy birthday to one of the biggest cameraman or biggest camera crew man. According to him, we call him Sake. His name is Raji Kabiru Adekunle. Happy birthday
Happy
today.
birthday.
Sake, happy birthday. God bless you. We want you to know that we love you. We see what you do for us, and we're very grateful on behalf of the WhatsApp crew and of course Galaxy Television. Now, I want to say a big thank you also to Kayode, who is also behind the cameras today. Sir Femi Adewale, God bless you so much, our director, and thank you for giving us the opportunity. Chief Steve Ojo, we thank God for your life as well, for giving us this opportunity. God bless you. To Andrew, and of course Ima Abiodun, our editor, and of course Kalista. I want to say a big thank you to you guys. Make sure you show love and kindness. Do not turn off another person's bulb just because you want only yours to shine. And that's so much, or that's how much we can take on the show this weekend. We'll see you next week, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Peace.